Hello VGA crew, Mike Amari again here answering the question of the week. Question of the week, of course, was what real world place did you enjoy the most running around in a video game? For me though, it feels like a cop-out because you guys talked about New York for an entire episode and you even talked about my favorite, but for me, the GTA 4 Liberty City, particularly the Hove Beach area, which is a recreation of Brighton Beach. This is pretty much where I grew up. I grew up outside of Brighton Beach, but spent a lot of time there. You can see that Nico and Roman were very much the people I saw running around in those areas. They were the type of people who I would see at all hours in the morning, just kind of drunkenly walking the streets in Brighton Beach. But more than anything else, they really got the look of everything right. The elevated train tracks, the texture of everything felt like Brighton Beach. For comparison, this is what Brighton Beach actually looks like, almost a one-for-one recreation. I have a personal story though. You'll see in this picture, right over here, there's a half-price clothing store in the top left corner. At the time this game came out, I had just left my old job, and instead of living in Brooklyn, I'd moved to Long Island after getting married. My old job was working for a printer who printed store signs, window signs, all for the lowest rent, lowest quality clothing stores you can ever imagine. Places with names like Fat Albert, El Mundo, where they would sell 85,000 different items, and I would have to put together circulars and flyers and window signs for them. I did graphic design for a while for them. And so I was at a point when I was feeling a little homesick, living out in Long Island instead of Brooklyn. And so I pop in GTA 4, I'm rolling around Hove Beach, and they tell me to go to a clothing store, and I take a look at the clothing store that they sent me to, and I notice the window signs are exactly the window signs I had designed for them about a year previously. See, the people who made GTA 5 obviously went through, took a lot of pictures, because these were shot-for-shot recreations of these stores, down to the racks and the walls and everything else. This particular store, I can almost definitely nail down the store I'd done the work for. The sale signs, and I'm not saying it's good work, it's all very basic work, but the sale signs, the linen and suits sign that you see here, even the sign over his shoulder which says sale, 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 all things that I created. So it was a nice little bump for me, seeing that not only was I feeling a little homesick because it felt so much like Brooklyn to me, but also I technically had work done in the game, since they clearly took pictures of the stores and then used those as a reference to recreate exactly what was in there. So if I was a suing type, I might say, Rockstar, you owe me some money. They don't. I'm just happy that it's there. Thank you again, guys. I'm sorry for the poor audio quality on this. Didn't really have a chance to get into the studio in the basement today. Next week I'll have much better production values for you guys. Thanks again, and look forward to talking to you again next week.